Good evening and welcome to Foxborough's Conservation Commission meeting of September 8th, 2025 in the Gala Meeting Room. This meeting, it will be broadcast live and recorded by Foxboro Cable Access. I'll open the meeting and do we have any comments from the public? Seeing none. How about some minutes?
Sure. I reviewed the minutes from our last meeting on August 25th. I thought that they were complete and accurate. Does anybody else have any changes to them?
Nope, nothing.
Then I make a motion to approve the minutes from 8/25/25.
Second?
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None?
Do you want to do Mr. Leslie?
Yeah, yeah, we can do. Mr. Leslie?
Hi,
Good evening.
good evening. Rich Leslie with the Colony Group, representing the Smiths for a certificate of compliance for 11 Kendall Drive.
Could you put one of the microphones over there?
Although it's a very long history, this one goes back, I'm going to try to make it brief. It's back in February of this year, they had a massive tree, the Smiths, fall down, came from the wetlands, crossed their front yard, missed the house. Scott called Conservation, wondered about removing the tree, and they said, and Nadia said, no, you can't do anything. And then dug out a order of conditions dating back to September 19th of 2005 and said, you need to get a certificate of compliance. The Smiths bought this property in 2019. Through a title search, nothing came up. And then we never saw this order of conditions, so I asked for a copy of it. Nadia sent it over, and lo and behold, it said a plan done by Eastern Pools and Bay Colony Group, which did not happen. What Eastern, or somebody did, was took our as-built plan and modified it, and drew the pool on and drew the setbacks and put a little erosion control on there and presented to the commission, also presented to the building department to get a building permit for the pool. So the pool was built. It was S&S Realty Trust at that time. They turned around, they conveyed the property to Flynn's in December of 2005. So now 14 years later, the Smiths come in, they buy this property, and then 20 years later, they come to find out about this order of conditions. Have had nothing to do, haven't touched a thing on this property since the day they moved in. Everything was all built. So when we went out to do the as-built survey, to actually locate what was there, we did find out that a small portion of the concrete patio, as well as the fence around the pool, it comes out to be 137 square feet, is encroaching into the 25-foot no disturb zone. Met with Craig out there a couple weeks ago now it is. Mm-hmm. He took some pictures, I'm sure he showed them to y'all. And it's like, where do we have an order of conditions that hasn't been filed. And I guess we have to file that at some point because DEP has it for the third owner down the line. And when talking with Craig, he goes, well, you know, maybe restore it. I go, where, Craig? If you look at this site, it is totally overgrown. It would do much more damage to try to come up with 137 square feet in a buffer, in that 25-foot buffer. You'd do a lot more damage to do that than just to say, okay, it is what it is. If you looked at his pictures, the slope, everything, there's trees, there's an 8-inch pine tree. There's right off of where that is. It's totally vegetated. It's just everything is taken over the years. The interesting, and you remember this, Mr. Bodie, at that time, Dave Risch used to record the order conditions.
Yes, yep.
And not, I mean, when...
That was, he wanted to make sure they were recorded.
That's right.
Because a lot of builders did not bother to
record it. And it's unlike him. I mean, it's just like a comedy of errors, this
Yes.
whole project just landed on on these people 20 years later, but I think it was Jane that actually changed that, put the recording in onto us, which is fine. But at that time, you know, he did all of it. He did a good job doing it.
Oh, yes.
It just didn't happen.
Yeah. And the fees went up greatly on the recordings, too. That was one reason why
Yeah, they did.
the onus was changed to the
Yeah.
owner rather than the Conservation Commission.
Then we give the proof of recording to the commission.
Yeah.
When we do it.
Yeah,
So that's the story of it.
yeah. And I talked to Craig, and he was, you know, you do more damage than you would benefit from it if you tried to restore that little bit of a buffer. And again, we got false information, which we did not realize, you know, so
It's still,
have proven the original, so.
that practice is still going on today, unfortunately. I met with the building inspector earlier, too,
Oh, wow.
with them
Okay.
doing the same thing, pool companies, so
So,
something we're trying to stop.
yeah. So I have no, now, you have to record the order of conditions now?
Talk with Bill about, because this is all new for me, and I guess that's the way we're gonna do it. So we're gonna record the order of conditions.
And
right
record the-
behind it, record the certificate of compliance.
Okay.
And of course, we'll give you copies of both recordings and stuff.
Okay, good. Anybody else have any comments?
Since it's an as-built plan, that should be attached to the order of conditions. Or should it be attached to the
No, so
certificate
the
of
plan,
compliance?
the plan that is attached to the order of conditions is the altered plan. I got all this stuff from Nadia. It was
Right.
my, what is it? You know, it's my concrete foundation as-built plan. This was the plan that was attached to the order of conditions with all the amendments to it.
You've gone back out there and resurveyed and located.
Right, but I
everything.
wouldn't attach, I don't know if I can attach it to the certificate. We've never done that before. We've never.
If I can
attached-
add, this DEP number 270 is for the whole subdivision.
Yeah.
For some reason, they reopened the whole subdivision to put a
Yeah.
pool on this one guy's lot.
Yeah,
Really?
Well,
So,
that was, at that time, we didn't do individual notice of
Notices.
intents for lots. It was the whole subdivision and all that work, the roads, the detention basins, everything was under that one
umbrella.
umbrella. And then when they got the roads accepted, when the streets were accepted and the drainage and all that was done, then we would come out and close that order of conditions with the street as-bills. And I don't think that's happened either.
Yeah,
Not sure what's happened.
And this
Street
hasn't
as-bills
come
have
up
been done, though.
when any other house, I'm sure houses in that subdivision have sold since.
They have,
Then
and there
it
was a
just
partial,
hasn't
there was
come
a
up?
partial release of 3 or 4 lots. This lot wasn't one of them, but I
But
don't think
since
it had
this was-
anything to do with pools.
well,
It
since
was-
this was filed under the original subdivision and never filed with the registry of deeds, nobody was looking for it.
yeah.
Because the original subdivision one was filed.
Right. Yeah, it never popped up in the Smith's title.
Yeah.
So I guess, Dave, I don't, I think we can record 11 by 17 plans. We usually, I'll talk to Christine, because she does the recording. Usually, we just record the order itself. There's a little part that you cut off and send back to you guys with the recording information. It's the same thing with certificate of compliance. It's a one-page deal. We usually don't record the plans. You usually have, and you have it in your file.
Yes, yeah. So,
So when you record the order, are you going to record it with the corrected plan?
I wouldn't, no, I would.
Because
the
I don't think you can do it
because
for the
order
certificate
the order
of compliance,
specifically
yeah.
references the old plan, so I don't think, if we can record the plan, if we can record this size, and I'll leave it up to Christine again, then I would record the plan that the order references. I
yeah,
would not, it
Right.
will make no sense to go show a 2025 plan on a 2005 order of conditions.
No, I was saying, meaning the
On the certificate?
certificate.
I'll look into it. If it's possible, yeah, I don't think we've ever done it. We've never recorded a plan with a
Yeah, it
certificate.
doesn't, because it just says, all work regulated by the order of conditions has been completed.
Right.
If there's any ongoing conditions, refer to the condition number. There's nothing about plans on
It
this.
depends who you get at the registry nowadays. Sometimes they kick it back, sometimes they don't. If we can do it, we will, but I think what we've always done is just order conditions and certificate of compliance, and we usually don't attach plans, they're usually in your files.
Yep.
Now, the fence, I haven't seen the site, but the fence separates all the wetland areas in the buffer zone from the backyard activity?
Yeah, pretty much so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. It wraps right around the concrete patio. It's one of those, it's not an iron fence, it looks like, it's aluminum fence, a black aluminum fence. Yep. I'm sure, I know Craig took pictures down
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, he put it in the manager's report.
He was happy with it. Yeah. Anything else? Somebody want to make a motion to issue a certificate of compliance for 157270?
I'll make a motion to issue a certificate of compliance for 11 Kendall Drive, DEP number 157270.
Second?
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? Thank you.
Thank you.
In 7:05, we have a pursuant to Mass General Laws, Chapter 131, Section 40, Wetlands Protection Act, and Foxborough's Wetland Protection Bylaw, Chapter 267, the Conservation Commission will open a public meeting on Monday, September 8th, 2025, at 7:05 p.m. in the Gala Meeting Room, Foxborough Town Hall, 40 South Street, or via Zoom, on a request for determination of applicability filed by the Foxborough Department of Public Works for grading and pavement as part of the town's PFAS removal project at 11 Lamson Road, Assessors Map 48, Parcel 9, within 100 feet of a wetland resource area. The application is available for public inspection in the Conservation Office at Town Hall. Welcome.
Thank you. Good evening. I'm Brian Weiner, civil engineer, project manager with Ty and Bond on behalf of Foxborough Department of Public Works and Sewer and Water Department. I can bring the plans up on the screen if that's helpful.
Okay, what do we have up on the screen now?
That's Eric.
Yeah,
The
if I
next
hit
one.
share, it may work. I don't know. Well, may not work.
Oh, it's going. There you go.
Did work. Well, that's great news. So, again, I'm Brian Weiner, civil engineer with Ty and Bond. We're before you tonight for a PFAS removal project. The town of Foxborough was fortunate to have the project moved up from the draft IUP to the final IUP late this spring, and they were able to secure funding for this project with the SRF program for the 0% loan. So we're before you. We've been working on the design since that time when the funding came through, and there's a SRF program deadline of October 3rd for all permits. So we're pushing to complete as much permitting as possible before that deadline, if not all. And before you tonight, I'll walk you through our proposed work. So overall, this is the water department site. It's a 61.8 acre parcel. And I'll zoom in to show you some more site features. So access is from Oak Street. There's a long driveway and associated improvements that were constructed in 2011 to 2013. Here's the existing treatment plant. So we have proposed improvements in this area, and I'll zoom in just here, and then I'll go to the next sheet to show you some more detail. So on the screen again, here's the existing treatment plant. This is a wooded area over here outside the buffer. And then this is a redevelopment area that's already established, grass and driveway. And so our proposed RDA work is this green highlighted location, which again is grass and driveway. We're planning to have minor grading for stormwater improvements and also some paving to tie in the driveway. All of it'll be pitched away from the existing wetlands that are to the south here. So let me show you the existing condition zoomed in more. Here's your wetland line, the 25-foot no disturb line. This is the 200-foot riverfront buffer, and this is the pink line is the 100-foot bordering vegetated wetland buffer. And so all of our work is near the outside edge of the 100-foot buffer. We're saying the outer, the first 90 feet will not be disturbed by the work. So worst case, we have about 10 feet of disturbance. And then we have some disturbance in the riverfront. This is already developed. This is a grassy area that goes to a culvert. So we're planning to do some regrading, and we're planning to connect the end of this pavement, I'll show you on the next slide, over to the pavement for the new building that'll be located over here. The closest we'll be to the river is 145 feet, based on what we're showing on this plan. And so we took the approach of the RDA because this area is already developed, and we thought it met the intent of permitting for this project. Again, here's the existing plant. Here's the new improvements. We have 2 stormwater infiltration basins. One is behind the building, and this one over here is already a stormwater area that it drains to as a design point. We're just making it a little bit deeper and making sure that everything pitches towards it from this area that's near well number 10. In summary, that's the project before you is this area right here that's already developed.
Okay, now does that stormwater drain into the other basin across the little roadway?
It does, yes. It's a low area, and this goes here. It goes through the culvert and into the existing stormwater basin. So we're continuing the same drainage pattern. We're just holding back a little bit more over here to meet the calculations with completing the pavement. All of this will be pitched towards this infiltration basin. We have a construction entrance right here, and then we have the full perimeter with hay bales and silt fence. Or not hay bales, wattles and silt fence. Sorry.
I guess I'll ask now. At your other treatment plant on Pumping Station Road, you filed a NOI, and it's the same type of thing. And I personally think I would like an NOI for this as well. Just probably nothing will change, but due to the magnitude of the job, with the determination we have no control or anything, at least if we have an NOI, we have an order of conditions, which we can get out to you very quickly, but just have some measure of control. That's my feeling. I don't know if anybody else on the board has the same opinion, but as I say, probably nothing much will change, but with the determination we have zero control, or if anything comes up. So,
Yeah,
I would agree with him because you're fooling around within a riverfront area, but you have no numbers with a request for determination of, what's already disturbed, what isn't already disturbed. That 10% that you're allowed in the riverfront area, I mean, this doesn't prove anything.
yeah, we're well under the 10%.
You can say it.
Yeah, no, if
It's good to
I
have it
show
in
you on the
paper.
full plan. Yeah, the reason we went this route is the other project was close to the 25-foot no disturb zone, whereas this project is a lot further away. The other project, we were clearing trees in the buffer zone here. It's already open, it's already in a usable driveway and grass area, so that was the difference. It's already in use versus the other site was closer to the buffer and it was wooded. Whereas here, there's no clearing.
So
Yeah,
where
let's-
is the butterfly parcel that was
it's-
approved by?
I can
It's
show
further
you.
up. It's further up.
Yeah, I can show you. So the habitat with the mitigation is on this 23.5 acre easement that spans between the two parcels. And so this is the frosted elephant butterfly habitat.
Okay.
So it's not near the work area.
The area directly across from where the existing treatment plant is, I mean, that's a heavily wooded area. There's a ton of trees in there.
There is, yeah. It's woods. It doesn't. It's not favorable for the habitat. We had it checked. It's just the topography. It's not an open field.
So I don't understand when you're saying that it's previously disturbed or developed, like you were mentioning that earlier. Like
This,
across the way is, but directly across from the existing plant it's
Correct. This
a lot of
this is
undisturbed area.
outside the buffer zone is wooded. Yes. Inside the buffer zone, the proposed work is already grass and driveway. I'll show you on the next page. Yeah, the wood, the tree line.
I mean,
The whole
tree
plan
line ends
basically
right
is
here.
in the tree. You're going to have a lot of clear, but that's outside the buffer, but it's just the magnitude of it that I have the feeling, so.
I would
That's
prefer the notice.
it's just under an acre that we're clearing. But outside the buffer, in the buffer, there's no clearing.
So have you checked to see if there's any threatened habitat?
Yeah, we've had numerous meetings with Natural Heritage, and
Okay.
the mitigation ratio is being carried forward on that 23.5 acre easement parcel. So this new work will fall under their criteria. And so they have a permit for this, separate from the town permit.
Any comments, Rebecca?
I don't, not at the moment. I guess that just if they did an NOI, basically they'd just submit this plan and then we would approve it, but we could
Yeah.
hold them to it, whereas if we don't ask for the NOI,
Yeah.
they can say this is what it's gonna look like, but we don't have as much.
With the determinant if we have nothing.
Okay.
Can't really stray from the plan, but there's no conditioning really that
Right.
we could put on the project. Yeah, I think the consensus is that we'd issue a positive and then have the applicant file or the town file a notice of intent. What did you say the timing was?
It puts us outside the timeframe, so I don't know how that works with the funding.
Okay.
I can just hope for the best.
If you can get me something by tomorrow morning, I can put you on the agenda for the 22nd. But it has to go to the paper by tomorrow afternoon.
I mean, we can certainly,
If you're using the same plan, just
yeah, the plans
reword
are
it to a NOI.
good. It's, let me find out what's involved with getting it out the door. That would be great.
I mean, I can wait on the paperwork, I just need the part for the
When's the hearing?
It would be September 22nd.
We could always do a special hearing.
2 weeks.
If need be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we'd be willing to work with the town, obviously, to try to get this
Yeah,
thing to.
no, we can do whatever it takes to get it filed.
Yep, okay.
Appreciate it.
All right, I'll just,
Do you know
The
what?
sooner you get it in, it's because you gotta advertise it, and then. Of
course.
It'll be here, 4 days before?
No, well, the deadline for the September 22nd meeting is tomorrow to get it in the newspaper. Then the paperwork could catch up. I just need something to put the notice in the paper.
Yeah, it's just a little bit more paperwork.
Yeah. Then you could prepare the NOI in the meantime. But what, do you know what the numbers for a determination? A positive determination?
it would just be a positive, yeah.
Yeah.
You hand that to him because you gotta pick
So
what
make a
numbers,
motion to-
what numbers you wanna check off.
411 Lamson, for the request for determination, issuing a positive.
No, Dave, hand that to Jim.
Was,
You need to check off,
Like, check
you know,
what
like we do
numbers
3,
all
6,
the-
and 6A for negatives. I don't know what you do for positives, so. I think it looks like 1 and 4 to me.
I would
but-
say 1.
do we need more than one reason?
Yeah, 1 is fine.
Okay.
The area depicted is an area subject to jurisdiction of the act.
Okay.
We have 1 for the town, too. It's within buffer zone and will alter. Subject to jurisdiction of the act, therefore the said work requires the filing of a notice of intent.
It's within the buffer zone too.
No, that doesn't,
So-
right, it's not, well, it's in the buffer zone, but it's, we don't know if it's gonna alter an area subject to jurisdiction. And the buffer zone's not really a
No, I mean the
area
riverfront.
subject to jurisdiction under the town. So just 1 at this point,
Okay,
positive 1.
yep.
Do I hear a second? Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None?
Okay.
Thank you very
you. Yeah, we'll work to get it filed.
Yeah, okay.
ASAP.
Okay.
And we'd be happy to work with you, but
Okay. Thank you.
There, I'll take that one.
in 710, we have a continuation for off Owallamalapog Street, DEP 157662. Okay,
It's
Well,
muted.
we can't hear you, Eric.
we have a technical problem. We cannot hear you. Can you hear us? Okay.
Oh, wait, I can hear you now.
Okay, all right.
Hear me?
Now, yeah, now we can, yep.
Okay, great. Sorry about that. Not sure what happened.
Okay.
For the record, Eric Dias, registered professional engineer, Strong Point Engineering, representing Susan Tribuna, with Stride Development for 0 Old Wallamulla Poig Street. You'll recall we opened this hearing, I think it was about 6 weeks ago at this point. And we had only continued it at the time because DEP hadn't issued a file number. Turns out there was some snafu where they didn't receive the state portion of the payment for quite some time. So we ended up reissuing the payment. Eventually, we did get the DEP file number, so we're good on that now. During that time frame, we did have a site walk. I think some members of the commission met Stephanie Hoban from my office out there, and we took a look at the proposed crossing area. There were also a comment at the last meeting that we had the town of Stoughton inserted somewhere where we should have the town of Foxborough. So we did change that. We got that plan back to Diana today and emailed it to Craig. I think it might have been Friday. So I think everything is in line. One thing that I also discussed with Craig, there was some request that parcel A, the large parcel that is intended to be donated to the commission as a part of this, be the property corners be staked in the field. We've agreed to do that, but we've requested to do it as a condition of approval, only because it allows us to kind of roll that work into some construction layout and it makes it more efficient for us. So I think that's everything, but if I miss something, by all means, please let me know.
I think that was all that we had, as far as I know. Anybody have any other? Nope. That's all we needed.
And Craig did put it in construction requirements, boundary marker installation prior to the issuance of survey to compliance. They would mark the corner bounds.
Okay, good. So I think we're all set.
Have to close the hearing or anything?
Yep.
Yep.
I'll make a motion to close the hearing for Old Wallamalapoag Street, DEP 157662.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? It's closed.
Motion, that's all set to go, so you can, a
Okay.
motion to endorse it, and then I can get it to you tomorrow, Eric.
Great.
Somebody want to make a motion to sign an order of conditions for 157662?
I'll make a motion to endorse the order of conditions for DEP 157662.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None? Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you all for your time. I appreciate it.
Have a great night.
Have a good evening.
Thanks, everyone.
Yep.
You too.
Do you know if anybody from the weather?
I think Brittany Geisner was supposed to be on Zoom too, because, oh, that's not Brittany, but could be somebody. Because
Can you hear me?
Got you now.
Yes, yes.
All right. Sorry about that. Sorry I'm not in person, and nobody from the craft group was able to attend tonight. But Derek Messionis with VHB here on behalf of the craft group. I'm sure most of you are aware of the partial certificate of compliance. I'm here tonight to just review one modification to those special conditions as part of that partial certificate of compliance, specifically item 2, so I can share my screen to review the matter. Can folks see that?
Yes.
Yes. Yep.
So as most of you are aware, these are the 5 special conditions that were outlined as part of the Rev Soccer training facility. My understanding is the craft group will be coming back in front of you, I think in October, to close out the rest of the items. The one that they're still waiting to start construction on is item 2, as I mentioned, for tonight. So this reads grass restoration and maintenance of the 2 parallel stormwater filtration strips within the main parking lot. So this is the parking lot that we're looking at just north of the facility here. Go to the next page. So the 2 islands that you can see highlighted in green, there's photos here representing the condition of both of these back in the spring, earlier this year when I was on site. These are intended to take runoff, stormwater runoff from this main parking lot. There's kind of a swale. The design intent was that there's a swale through the middle of each of these islands, and they're really used to convey the stormwater runoff from each of the parking areas down to catch basin inlets at the end caps of each of these islands here. That eventually runs through the closed drainage system and into the infiltration basin that's designed to detain, treat, and recharge most of that stormwater runoff. As you can see, and I think most of you have been out there on a site walk, these islands have really struggled to come to fruition. The craft group has reseeded these, I know, at least once last year. But really with the heavy vehicular traffic in this parking lot and then snow clearing in the winter time, these islands have really been beat up. So I've been on site with the craft group and we've discussed with their contractor just different alternatives that we could look at for these islands. And kind of the proposed solution that we're hoping to review with you tonight is replacing, these, I think they were called stormwater filtration strips, but they originally had like a wetland seed mix, so to speak, designed interior to these islands with, so we're proposing to replace those with a riprap swale that's a little bit more well-defined to convey the runoff from the parking lot surface to the catch basin. As you can kind of see, there's some significant erosion kind of at the interface between the asphalt and these islands, and that has kind of caused that swale line through the middle of these islands to go away. And then, as you get down to the inlet, you can really see some erosion that's building up by the catch basin here. So this is a proposed cross section of what those islands would consist of. So we'd probably excavate down around 2 feet or so, install a layer of filter fabric, and then have some smaller, probably 6 inches of 2-inch crushed stone, and then some larger angular riprap stone, probably 6 inches minimum, just so that doesn't wash out through that catch basin grate. That would kind of be the surface material, and that would really help with vehicles impeding within the island, and would really kind of provide a long-term maintenance solution for the craft group and have these islands take a little bit better. So that's the ask, is I think revising the wording within the condition, and I'll open it up for any comments from the board.
Could you go back to the previous screen, if you would?
Sure.
Okay. How many? There's actually 3 islands in there. You've been talking about the 2 outer ones. What about the middle island? What's that going to look like?
So that one really, I'm sorry, I don't have a picture. I don't have a picture of that specific one. But the real issue is between both of these islands here, because, zoom in here. This island is actually a high point, so the stormwater runoff is pitching away from that island. So when you add the vehicle traffic, the snow plows and such, and then all your runoff kind of going to both of those islands, that's where the issue really lies, is these 2 low points and through here. The goal of this island would be to keep that a pervious surface.
Okay. Any other questions, comments?
Well, Rich and I originally looked at this when they came in to request a certificate, and we put together those 5 additional conditions that need to be met before we would give them a full certificate. And one of the biggest problems, that the islands were important as part of the stormwater runoff information. And what's happened is that the people just drive right across them in their cars, and instead of backing out and turning around, there's nothing stopping them from doing that. And after so much period of time, they're so compacted that you can't grow anything in there, hardly. I met Beth just Friday, and out there, and you could see the erosion that's occurring that just washes the seed away. She said they've already tried to replant that 3 times, and that's why they went back to their engineers and consultants to figure out another way of doing this. And I would agree with the plan that is being submitted would accomplish the stormwater runoff issues, also trap any sand or debris coming off the paved areas. It will slow down the water, but the original intent was that it was going to have the grass filter out what was running off the pavement. This will do the same thing, so I would recommend that we allow this minor modification of that particular condition to attached to this plan that they've submitted so that they can go forward and install this, before they come in. They want to do it before they come in October,
Okay.
or submit their request in October.
Okay.
So one question I have for the engineer.
Yes.
Underneath your filter fabric, you have compacted subgrade. Why would you compact that when you want to have the water go through part of the filter and get into the ground? Most of it's going to run off, but that should be loosened up enough, unless it's silty soil. That should be loosened up enough so they get some water into the ground.
I would agree. Yeah, we still need to put together a construction sketch for the craft group and their contractor. This is a typical detail that we pulled for now, but we'll be sure to note that they loosen up a couple inches of that material and it's not compacted. I would agree. So that material or the stormwater can filter through.
Yeah, because it's been quite a few years that people have been driving across it. Not only with cars, but also pickup trucks and sometimes it's a little bit bigger trucks. So that's going to be rock hard underneath there.
I agree. Yeah, it's a busy parking lot, and like I said, the trucks, the equipment, and then people driving directly across. The nice thing with this proposed solution is the angular stone will kind of define more of a swale line through the middle of these lots, and
Right.
I feel like with the depression of the swale and then the angular stone, that'll really prevent vehicles from driving through these. So.
Yeah, except the pickup trucks.
I hope not.
This will also improve the quality of the water going into the basin because
Absolutely. There's a lot of sediment buildup out there. That we
some of the heavy
noticed as well.
rainstorms, you could see the cloudiness in the basin.
Agreed. And during construction, we'll obviously have erosion control measures around these. We'll have a silt sack filter bag on the catch basins as well, so no sediments getting into that drainage system.
Right. Anything else?
Nope, that's it. I think, as Mr. Opaka mentioned, the craft group's planning to be back in front of you guys next month, hopefully, to close out the rest of these conditions. This is kind of the last one that they're hoping to start construction on relatively soon. So,
Right.
The other 4 conditions they have completed,
Yeah.
and they've done a good job, especially another place that was eroding into the basin. They've taken care of the erosion that was on the corner of the road coming down the hill, entering into the facility. And there was another place they took care of the sediment that was going into the brook near the end of the road. And they rip-wrapped it. Walsh came in and rip-wrapped the whole area. So they've accomplished 4 out of the 5.
So,
I think he would agree with me.
yep.
correct.
So somebody want to make a motion to accept this as a minor modification? Or did you make that motion, David?
I'd make the motion to accept the September 5th minor modification for relative to the partial certificate of compliance DEP 157579.
Second?
Any other discussion? All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you all for your time.
Okay, do we have somebody for Idlewild?
No, I don't think you have anyone for that. This is just, it was a septic repair.
Okay,
I think it was an estate. So they were trying to repair the septic to sell the house. George Collins submitted a letter that the work was done. Craig said he went by there and everything seemed fine, so.
yeah, last time I was there, it was looking good, so,
I'll make a motion to issue a certificate of compliance for 10 Idlewood Street, DEP 157646.
Second?
discussion? All in favor?
Right?
Opposed? None? Thank you very much. Anything else?
That's all I got. Craig's been working with the Lutheran church behind it.
Oh, yes.
To clean up the area. Now the guy is all happy with him, and they're gonna work
Yes.
together
Yeah.
to clean it all up.
And I was down there the other night, so yeah, it's looking much better. Thank you. Nothing else? I hear a motion.
A motion to close the meeting?
Second?
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? Thank you all very much. Have a good evening.